Okay, let's get a little update. I had Razzle and Remington in here. They had 2 fertile eggs and they both fizzled. I'm guessing this is because Remington was on medication when she started laying. She laid several like improperly formed eggs before she finally got the normally formed ones. So I'm not really surprised that the embryos fizzled. But after giving it some thought, I'm like, I have 5 of their daughters and 3 of their grandbabies, and 2 of their daughters are set up to breed right now. I don't really need more babies out of them. So these 2 found each other out in the flight cage. This is Bubba Jr., who has turned out to be quite the little stunner. And this is Blanca, who I recently got from a breeder friend of mine. She is a dilute, and Bubba Jr. is split to gray wing dilute. Probably more gray wing. I actually think he has a brother that's like a full body gray wing. But the mutations are very closely related. So it is likely that they will have some normal chicks and some gray wing chicks. Or dilute chicks or something. The downside is she's a beautiful lavender bird, and that will be lost because I'm pretty sure that Bubba Jr. is a double yellow based bird. So all of the babies, and that's dominant, so all the babies will be yellow based. But they will be otherwise magnificent, so we'll take it. On my fertility check crew, this guy's, I pulled his female after I gave him the medication because she seemed fine. He's still a little poopy, although he looks a whole heck of a lot better. He still doesn't, those poops, I still don't like that. It looks too runny to me. So he's no longer in danger of imminent death, but I just don't like the way he looks. So he's staying here until those poops sort themselves out. So he's definitely out of the picture. This is Hemsworth. His hen is on 6 eggs. To date, I have checked them twice. There are no embryos. That's Luna right there. If I don't get some embryos, some visible embryos in the next 3 to 5 days, I'm going to assume after 6 eggs, she's probably done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I don't get some visible embryos in the next 4 days or so, I'm going to pull them, separate them, put her in one flight cage and him in the other, because ultimately she is going to be paired with Neptune permanently, and he is going to get kicked to the curb. I may keep him and try him again in a year with some random little hen that I don't need for anything else, but he no longer, after being infertile twice, he no longer warrants getting a top quality hen. This pair down here is, they had their first fertility check yesterday. Nothing. They only have 3 eggs in there, so something could still happen very easily, but I'm kind of surprised because I thought the reason that his hen, who was this girl last time, had infertility is because she never bred to him. And I know these 2 are breeding, so I don't know what's going on with that. This is Apollo and Hera. This is another fertility check. Apollo's a proven breeder. Hera has given me 2 blank nests, and her fertility check was Saturday, and so far, nothing. That's Hera. She is Kobe's daughter by Coco. That's Kobe over there. So it's not looking good on my fertility checks. This is, oh, everybody's in their box right now. This is Hephaestus and Demeter, who have been bonded since they were babies, and they picked each other and I let them stay because they were a nice pairing for size. And there's Hephaestus right there. He is Hera's full brother, and this is Demeter, and as you can see, she is not laying any eggs. I believe at this point she is probably infertile. She's going to get a few more days, maybe even a week more, just to be absolutely sure, and then she's going to get sold off as a hen that can't lay eggs. So, as you can see, my fertility checks, I was a little overly optimistic, perhaps. Another fertility check is Peabody down here. Their fertility check isn't until Friday. She's on 2, maybe 3 eggs. One of her eggs actually was cracked. So probably only 2 viable eggs in here at this point. See me. There she comes. 2 viable eggs out of a total of 3. But it's not time for that fertility check yet. She gets a few more days before I start looking for embryos. Another pair. This is Soul down here, who is so in love with his girl this time. First time he ever showed any interest in a female. They're on 2, maybe 3 eggs, and their fertility check is also on Friday. So I'm really hoping. Yeah, she's on 2 eggs. There should be another one here pretty soon. Hi, Missy. That's Razzle and Remington's baby girl. She's a pretty thing. So I still have hopes for them, but I'm going to have to leave town for a few days, and when I get back, I think I'm going to be breaking up a whole lot of pairs. These 2, for sure. These 2. So I've checked her eggs several times now, and she has quit laying, so I'm giving her 4 days after that last egg was laid, and then it's gone. So by the time I get back, it'll be over, if I indeed find no embryos. These 2 will be very close to the same thing. She's up to 5 eggs now. So her second fertility check is when I get back. If I still see nothing, she'll get a few days after that, and then I'll pull them. And she'll go as a bird that is infertile. If I don't have an egg out of her by the time I get back, she'll go as a bird that's infertile. So really hoping that something's going to happen with these 2. I love my Peabody. I would love to have some babies out of him. And I'm really hoping I get something out of these 2. Now, the only reason I think he's infertile is because he's never showed any interest in a hen before. So now that he's actually in love and actively breeding, perhaps there is no problem. But we'll see. Okay, that's the fertility checks. This is Marble and Preston, who picked each other out in a big flight cage, and it took forever to finally get started, but they did get started. So I think she's on 2 eggs now, maybe 3. I don't expect there's 2, to be any fertility issues with these 2. They're both proven. So there's that. These 2 I just set up. Who did I pull out of here? Oh, I pulled Bubba and Sif out of here because Bubba was not having her. I could tell that they were not getting along very well, but I couldn't really tell what was going on until I came out here, and Bubba was inside the nest, and he was squawking at her when she tried to get in the nest, which means he was guarding it for whatever hen he thinks is his mate. And that can be a real disaster. If you leave a situation like that going, they can come down to blood, because she wants in that nest bad, because she's a broody hen, and he doesn't want to let her in there because he has a hen somewhere that he's waiting for. So I pulled them and separated them, and the first thing that Sif did when I put her back out in the flight cage is hook back up with Winston, who she bred with last time, so I will go with that. They made beautiful babies. Let's let them do it again. So these 2, this is Lemony, who rejected this guy last year and ended up fostering a couple of chicks on her own. I put her in here with Pewter because Gray, she's a double factor spangle, he's a single factor spangle, and Gray is supposed to not leave a cast, and she has no cast. She's pure yellow. She looks like a Latino or something. And she's a Sprite and Fluffy line, and he's a Rainbow. He's a Zool and Storm's boy. So they should make a good pairing here, and I have seen them kissing. I have seen him feeding her. She got on a jag that she wanted the next door neighbor's nest, which is, I think, why Sky was having such a hard time. And so her nest box was over here, and I moved it to this side of the cage, and she likes it better now. So we'll see what happens. She is a difficult one to please, this girl. This is Kobe and Lavender, who are a proven pair, and I put them in here and they got immediately to work, and I think she has 2 eggs in here now. Yep, there they are. And isn't really sitting yet. She's not really sitting yet. And this is, what is her name? Thalia and Mars, and they aren't doing much yet. She's in there, but nothing is coming out. We just got to be patient. Maybe by the time I get back. So, okay, so then I have the new pairs that I brought in over here. This is Haverty and his little Irini. And they are at it. She's in the box. Look at them. Carrying on. He's trying to breed her, and she's like, stop, I just want something to eat. Ooh. Look at them wrestling. It doesn't look like a serious fight. She's just trying to get him to back off a little bit. They're doing high passing. This guy has been flirting with her relentlessly, and Haverty's a little jealous. But she does... That's some pretty serious pushback. And look at him over here masturbating on the bars of the cage. I may need to just put another towel in there to block him off, because he's definitely a distraction. And he's completely infertile. Sheesh. And these two are getting along fine. This is Steel and Pytho. Pytho, the recessive pied hen, escaped the cage last time I was gone out of town and was probably out for at least 24 hours, maybe longer. And when I came back in here, she was sitting on the front of the cage trying to get back in again, and very light, like she had not had anything to eat and drink for a while. So she has not escaped again, and they are very lovey-dovey, and she is in the box. And this guy down here, this is Irene's brother, and this is Triton, who is the son of Poseidon. And his girl is in the box, and I don't really see a lot of what's going on with them, but they like each other, so hopefully that's a good thing. He's a great big boy, and she is a little tiny thing with all kinds of feathers, so hopefully we will get some feathery things out of them. So that is the update on the breeding shed. Not a lot of fertility, but of course I started the breeding season by setting up 7 pairs with a history of infertility. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I'm getting very little fertility. But I wanted to, I have to, especially with a high-value bird like Hemsworth here, I have to really check before I give up on them. And this was really checking. He's doing nothing. So we'll see what happens. And I'm really going to hate breaking up these two. I may not be able to get Hephaestus here to breed with any other hen this breeding season, but I'm going to take her out, give her a week to calm down and do the hormonal shift away from breeding mode. And then I'm going to sell her so he won't even hear her. Because he's really bonded to her. And last year when I tried to switch him to a different mate, he tried to kill the other hen because he was defending the box for this hen. So I'm going to have to do some stuff to get some breeding out of him. Okay, and these two, this is my little Texas Clear Body Split boy, and his pretty girl actually laid an egg on the bottom of the cage. I've had a lot of that going on too. But I don't think they were even breeding yet. I think she just kind of jumped the gun. The hens are very ready to go. I have seen more mate-like behavior out of him. He's young. He's 11 months, first time around, and she's older and more experienced. So I have a feeling that she kind of jumped the gun, and it's taking him this long to catch up on the curve. But she likes him. She's perfectly happy to get his attention, and he goes in and out of the box with her a lot, as does this guy. So hopefully I'm going to leave for about 3 to 4 days. So hopefully when I come back, I will start seeing some fertility in some of these other nests. I'm not holding my breath on this guy. I don't think I'm getting any eggs out of her, and I'm not holding my breath on these guys down here. But there's still a chance for Peabody. There's still a chance for Powder, and there's still a chance for Soul. So we'll see what happens. Okay, that's it.